Thank you, Susanna. A former wrestler at the University of Iowa received sentencing yesterday for hacking into the school's grading system back in 2015.
Trevor Gage was given a 4-month prison with 2 years of suspended release. He is also ordered to pay $67,000 in restriction.
Ohio State head coach Urban Meyer was handed a 3-year game suspension for mishandling domestic abuse allegations.
And while many Buckeye fans are glad not to see Urban lose his job, sports fans elsewhere thought his punishment should be more severe.
Live in the newsroom with more is Lucy Rodine. Lucy, what kind of reactions have we seen here on campus?
Yeah, guys, on Wednesday, Ohio State University announced that head football coach Urban Meyer would be suspended for the first 3 games of the season following an allegation that he knew his assistant coach, Zach Smith, was abusing his wife. We went to campus to hear students' reaction on the 3-game suspension after it was originally thought Meyer would be terminated.
Coaches always preach accountability to their athletes, so this kind of puts the coach in the position of the athlete where they have to take responsibility and take accountability. So I actually think it's good for the future and good for their program.
Yeah, considering this serious thing that happened, I think 3 games isn't that much of a big deal, and considering who Urban Meyer is, I think they did take that in a matter like, oh, it's Urban Meyer, sweep it under the rug, whatever, and the fact that he did lie and say that he didn't know anything, I think is also bogus.
I think they definitely go easy on them compared to the players. Like Todd Gurley was suspended for more games for selling his jersey compared to Urban Meyer for covering up domestic abuse.
So as we just heard from students, they thought the punishment should be a little more severe, but a lesson can be learned. Be sure to stick with DITV as we'll release a special episode of Around the Big Ten where we'll go more in depth on Urban Meyer's scandal. Natalie and Alexis, back to you guys in the sports studio.
Lucy Rodine live in the newsroom, thank you. But we're just a little over a week from college football kickoff, and a lot of buzz has been surrounding Hawkeye football.
Especially the quarterback. Nate Stanley has been referred to as the top 10 quarterback in the country.
With more in DITV's Big Board studio is Bo Bowman.
With just 1 year under his belt, Iowa quarterback Nate Stanley is already attracting national attention. He was put on the Maxwell Award watch list given to the Player of the Year after throwing for 2,437 yards and 26 touchdowns, the second most in a single season at Iowa. He's been referred to as one of the top quarterbacks in the country, and he's got all the skills to back it up. Let's take a look at a couple plays from when Stanley picked apart the Ohio State defense last year. He's got great awareness. Here he is on 3rd and 5, looks at 2 other receivers before seeing Fant, his tight end, and gets the ball just across the yellow line for the first down. He also has the ability to read defenses before the ball is even snapped. Here he is on 1st down, fakes the play action and knows right where Nick Easley is and delivers a perfect strike. Let's take another look at that. He sees that window right away and puts the ball right where it needs to be for a completion. That leads us to his accuracy. He's got Fant wide open on the dig route here, but that's a harder throw than it looks. He's got to get that ball over the top of that linebacker here, and he puts it in the one place the defense can't get it. So we could see quite the season from Stanley. He's still got some great targets in his receiving core and a lot of time to develop even further. I know we can't wait to see what he can do. Guys, back to you.
Stanley Hawkeyes will take on Northern Illinois in the home opener on September 1st.
And it should be a pretty good game. Vegas does have Iowa as the 10-point favorite. But that's all we have for you today in the sports studio. Today, come back next week for more football previews from Lucy and Bo.
Including looks at the defensive line and the linebacker. Susanna at the desk, back to you.